Good morning, students. So, coming back to the online classes, class 8 English 2, the unit 1 chapter 2, that is The Gift of the Maggie, written by O. Henry. We have discussed in the previous parts also about the author and about the story. The two parts you have completed. Now we are going to discuss all the important nuances of the story, which is the actual text of the chapter. Okay, I would be trying to complete this story in this part only. If not, we will be going on to the next part also. If not possible, then. Now, coming to the story. I have told you before also at the introduction of this chapter that the story is about the gift of Maggie and what is Maggie and what gift should be given to a god by Maggie. That is all about this. Means a gift which can be given to God. This is so pious and so blissful gift that is given to God. What you offer to God, the best thing you can offer, you are offering to God. So over here, the story is about Jim and Della, the husband and wife. I have explained you. So what happens and from where the story starts? You can take out your books and you can understand from there. That is from the paragraph 1 only. It starts from the amount that Della has saved for her Christmas celebration. That is about $1.87. That is about $1.87. The chapter starts from there only. The first paragraph starts from there only. $1.87. That also 60 cents in pennies. This board has been written by me and I have displayed you before also. It will be displayed again also. And you have noted down, I think so. That will be helpful to you for going on to the further studies. So this story starts at the Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve means a day before Christmas. That is, Christmas is on 25th of December and this story is taking place on 24th of December. A small house, small shabby house. Shabby means a dull house in which Della lives and her husband also lives over there, Jim, that is James Dillingham Young, whole name, his actual name. Jim is a lovable name called by Della to her. And one day before the Christmas, she took out some savings of her and she started counting it. When she started counting it, it came that the wholesome saved amount is $1.87. That was not enough to buy any gift for anybody for Christmas. Means that was very small amount to buy a gift. Means you cannot buy with $1.87 any good gift to anybody. So she was very sad and she was thinking what to do now next, because she loved her husband so much that she wanted to give a present to him, but she was not able to. I have discussed previously also, they are living in a rental house, $8 per week. Her husband is earning a $20 per week salary. He took this house when his earning was $30 per week. But now, due to certain circumstances in the business world or economic structure of the country, their income has decreased from 30 to 20. Now they are earning only $20 per week and they have to manage with that only. And $8 per week, it is going for the rent, remaining $12. From that, what she is doing, she is saving every bits and pennies for the Christmas celebration for the whole year almost. For last 6, 7, 8, 10 months, I think so. And how she is saving? By the grocery shop, meat shop or some other shop when she is going for shopping. She is fighting and negotiating with the shopkeepers so much that she only becomes sometimes shameful that what she is doing to save a bit of pennies, a bit of money for the Christmas celebration. She only becomes shameful about that. And she thinks that what the other people would be thinking, that this lady doesn't want to spend any money only. She is such a lies lady means a lady which holds money very tightly, who do not want to give the money easily to anybody. And she used to bargain and negotiate with the shopkeepers so much that she only felt shy sometimes, and she used to go to the butcher shop or to the grocery shop to to obtain or to save some money, and those saved pennies or dollars have counted up to $1.87, and now she has nothing to do but to sit upon her shabby couch and cry about it because she doesn't have enough money to buy a gift for Jim. And she did that only. In the story, when we are going on, we will see that she has no other choice than to sit and yell about it or cry about it that she doesn't have any money. So she did that. She sat on the couch, and very sadly torn out couch it was, not very fine couch means sofa, you can say. And she was crying over there, thinking what to do now. And Jim was not at home. Jim was at his office. He would be coming in the evening time. And when he comes, she wanted to give him a gift, but there was nothing she could do. After crying for a long period of time, she thought something, and she got up, wiped out her tears, and she sat near to the window where there was a small glass piece, glass piece means mirror piece, in which she used to see herself. Means she didn't have a good mirror also at her home. So she sat herself over there and she saw herself in the mirror, and she was thinking what to do. Suddenly an idea clicked on her mind that what she can do for Jim to celebrate the Christmas. She instantly opened up her hairs, the long beautiful hairs. If I have told you before in the introduction part also, that Della, two important positions they have in their life is that Jim has his golden watch and Della has her long beautiful hair. So she opened up her long beautiful hair to its full length, and she started thinking what we can do. And she got up with an idea, and she rose up from there, curled up all the hair again, once again tucked in on her head. Tucked in means the way girls tie their hair at once at the back. She tucked it like that, and then she wore her red jacket from the house. That was also very not red, it was almost dull. The red color has faded away. She wore that jacket, and she put up a hat on top of it, and she went outside. When she went outside, she was walking through. Then she went to Mimi Sofrin's beauty parlor. Okay, Mimi Sofrin's hair and beauty parlor. She saw that board that there is a shop named Mimi Sofrin, something like that. She collected herself means she got all the energy in herself, and she went inside the beauty parlor. And when she went inside, she saw a beautiful lady, white lady over there working in the Mimi Sofrin shop, beauty parlor shop. And then she went near to her and asked her something. Madam, will you buy my hair? Because selling hair and buying hair is a business also. If you don't know, many boys would be not knowing it, I think so, but girls would be knowing maybe. The actual natural hair is bought and sold also. Okay, especially long hairs, they are in lot of demand. And because Della was having long hair, she could sell her hair also. So it was a big thing that she would be selling her hair, because nobody wants to sell, but she had no choice, no option to other than to sell her hair to buy a gift for Jim. She asked Mimi Sofrin to buy her hair, and she said, the beauty parlor lady said that yes, of course, I buy hair, I would be buying it, but let's first see it, how your hair is. Then what did Della? Della opened up her hair and let it fall down again. Sofrin very carefully, with her all the experience in her life, because she was an old lady, not very old, but at the age of 50s or 60s maybe, she took up her hair in her hands and started investigating about the hair, that it is of good quality or it is good in nature or not. And after investigating properly, she told her that yes, I can buy this hair, but only for $20, not more than that. And Della was very happy to listen that okay, I can get $20 for my hair. And she said okay, I can give you my hair. They dealt with it with $20 for the hair, not all the hair that it would be shaven out of the Della's head. No, it was actually to cut it from the neck size, from neck to the bottom, it would be cutted out. Okay, and Della would be remaining with a short hair till the neck position, the head to neck position. Okay, that much hair she wanted to sell for $20, and she was ready, but she had a little fear or gut in her mind also that what she is doing, uh, whether she should do or not. But still, for the love of Jim, she did it, and she sold her hair and got $20, and straight away she ran towards the market in the gift houses, and with that $20, by selling the hair and $1.87 she had saved on her own, that total became as $21.87. Now she has got how much? $21.87 total. Okay, when she has got $21, she thought, now I can buy a good gift for Jim. She went into the gift markets and every shops over there. Thoroughly, she jumped over one by one gifts, thinking that what should be the perfect gift for Jim. But she was not getting anything. Suddenly, she had an eye over a platinum chain, fob chain. If you understand, fob chain or a platinum made of platinum. She got an eye on it, and as soon as she saw that chain in a shop, she was convinced that this is the gift which I want to give to Jim. This is the only gift which I can give to him. That was a fob chain. Fob chain means a chain which is used to stuck with the golden watch or the pocket watch, which are stuck with the pocket watch, and it is kept in the jacket. When they take it out to see the watch, it is attached with the chain only. That is known as fob chain. And she decided to buy it. She negotiated with the shopkeeper that what is the price and something like that, and they again dealt in. The deal was done at $21. They finally decided to buy. Della finally decided to buy the chain at $21, and so this is $21 chain over there. Now she came back home very happy that she had remaining 87 cents with her, and she had a chain of $21 costing for him, for Jim's watch. And she came back home very happy that Jim would be very happy after watching this chain. And when she came inside her house, then she again saw herself in the mirror, and then she was thinking, it's okay that Jim would be happy to see the chain for his watch, but if Jim sees what I have lost, that is the hair, what he would be thinking of her, and whether he would become angry on her, that why she has done this, or why she has cutted out the hair, or why she has sold the hair for the chain and everything. Maybe he would not love me anymore, or maybe he would not like me anymore with this short hair. She was expecting very bad expectations from Jim, and that was very awkward situation for Della also, that what will happen when Jim comes home. But before Jim comes home, she was all ready for the Jim to enter the home, that she was ready with coffee, and she had heated up the pan for the chops. The chops are the meat chops, actually something meat food item, something, it is chops named over here. So it is fried on pan and eaten at the snacks time or breakfast time. Okay, evening snacks time, something like that. She was ready with that, and she knew that Jim would be coming on time, that is 7 o'clock, and he would be reaching at home very soon. It was very soon that the time had arrived that she would be coming to Jim. Now what happened? Jim entered the house. As soon as he was coming to the house, on the steps, she could hear her footsteps over there. And she knew that Jim is entering the house. Jim is going to enter the house. And Jim suddenly opened the door and came inside the house. And when he came inside the house, he saw Della. And he was giving a strange look to her. A look in such a manner that Della could not recognize what look is this. actually Della couldn't recognize only whether he is angry or shocked or what. She couldn't recognize that what type of look he is giving to me, because it was not angry also, not surprised also or shocked also. It was something in the other way around. Not actually happy also. He was not happy also, but not shocked also to see that Della has cut her hair after watching Della. Then Della asked her not to stare at her like this. Della said to Jim that don't stare at me like this and tell me what happened. Come inside. And Jim asked her that Della, did you cut your hair? Something like this. He asked a question to him. And Della answered, yes, I have cut, but what's wrong in this? The hair is good, my hair are good, and it would be growing again. There is no problem in that. It would come again. My hair grows actually very fast also. So there is no problem in cutting the hair. Why, you don't like it or what? She asked Jim, you don't like it or what? If there is no hair on me, I am still your Della only. She asked this severe question to her, that if I don't have my hairs on top of my head, then also I am Della only. Jim says, no, there is no problem in cutting the hair, or you have changed any bit after cutting your hair. There is no problem in that. But you will understand why I am asking for this after you open this gift wrap. And then Jim takes out a gift wrap from his overcoat and place it on the table. Okay. And ask Della to open up the gift wrap, and she will understand that why he is little bit querying about why she has cut the hair. She couldn't understand that why Jim is saying like that. Sorry for the inconvenience. It is hot today. And what happens? Della was thinking that, okay, what is the problem over here? What is there in the gift wrap for her that would be making her understand why Jim is thinking like that? Okay, so what did Della did? Della opened up the gift wrap, and when she opened, she saw beautiful comb set. What was there inside the gift wrap? Beautiful tortoise shell comb set. Tortoise shell comb set means tortoise shell comb set means tortoise means turtles, and shell means the hard covering shell of a tortoise, and that hard covering shell has been used to make combs. Combs means actually kangi, you can understand. So combs, tortoise shell combs, and which were studded with gems on top of it, means very beautiful combs, which Della had a personal grudge that she should have those combs for her hair. All the years she was thinking about this thing, that she wanted those combs for her hair. Now Della was very happy to see those combs, that she has got one set of that, but she was at the time again sad that she doesn't have the hair now to comb it properly. So this was a mixed feeling in Della's mind. She said, okay, after she had a mixed feeling of that, she said, okay, no problem. Then also, I'm making ready your chops. Should I put the chops on the pan and make you ready for the snacks? She asked. He said, okay, you can do that. Go on. And when she was starting to go on to the kitchen and to fry the chops, she suddenly realized that she has to also give a gift to Jim. And then she came back again and said, okay, Jim, no problem. Whatever you have brought, okay, I'm accepting it. I will keep it. I will grow my hairs again. But I have also brought a gift for you. And here it is. And she unfolds her hand, which was the chain in her hand, which was folded around her hand only. Okay. And she gives it to Jim. And when Jim sees that she has brought a chain to her, and that is actually a fork chain that is used in pocket watches, he holds Della and tells her to sit on the couch, and he also sits over there and starts explaining to her. And what does he explain? And he says, Della, the presence of ourselves to ourselves means the presence of me, myself to you, and the presence of yours to me is the only gift we can give to each other. There is no other gift which is as important or as precious than we ourselves, because the gift which you have brought, the fob chain, is no more use of me. Della asks why. Because then Jim says, because I have sold my golden watch to buy the comb set for you. So I don't have the watch now to use the fob chain in it. So now they were sitting on the couch and thinking about that. Yes, the presence of themselves together, being together, is the best gift they can give to each other, and the love and affection they have for each other. So now here O. Henry writes this story in this manner, that the wittiness is also there, the ending is satirical, but the essence of the whole story is very deep. Coming back, I told you that I would be explaining why the title of the story justifies this chapter, because the gift of the Magi, I have told you what is the gift of the Magi actually. It is the biblical story of three wise people giving gifts to Jesus Christ in Jerusalem. So it was a gift given by three wise men to almost son of a god, or god, something like that. Okay, means almost a pious gift. So now over here, Della gives a gift to Jim and Jim gives a gift to Della. How they give it? By sacrificing their best thing, the best possession of their life. Della sacrifices her hair to give Jim the gift, and Jim sacrifices his father's or grandfather's belonged pocket watch to give a gift to Della. Means they loved themselves, each other so much that they could sacrifice anything in front of them. That was actually love for almost a god, to give anything that is most precious or pious to yourself. That is why the gift of the Magi titles justifies the chapter completely. That is all for now. Hence, we have completed with the chapter. You can go with the exercise question answers and complete the question answers, because the question test paper would be coming for this chapter only. Okay, you can find out the answers on your own, the fill in the blanks, true and false. You can read the chapter once again on your own. You will understand what is going on. Okay, that is all for now. Thank you.